Good afternoon. This is Bo Jory Vanderberg. I was a former 388 Fighting Wing historian, and I'm here conducting, currently the 7th Bomb Wing Museum Curator at Dyess Air Force Base, but I was formerly at Hill Air Force Base. I'm here at the 388 Bomb Group Association. We're at their 26th annual reunion in San Diego, and I'm conducting these interviews on behalf of the Bomb Group Association, 388th, and I'm currently conducting the interview of the following individual. Please tell me your name, rank, and serial number. Okay, and again, I jokingly I say your name, rank, and serial number, but your full name, please.
I'm Thomas E. McElherne.
Okay.
That's Tom.
Tom.
And my serial number was 37675-101.
Okay.
I entered the service about the middle of August in 1943.
Okay.
And I was given 30 days at home to kind of clear up my personal operations in Ames, Iowa, where I lived.
Okay. So your hometown was in Ames, Iowa?
Yes.
Okay, and that's where you enlisted there? Okay.
And then I was taken along on a bus trip to Des Moines to Camp Dodge,
Okay.
Iowa, and that was the induction center, and I was there for about a week and then sent down to Amarillo, Texas for basic training in the Air Force,
Okay.
Air Corps.
All right.
So I was there in basic training until about the first part of December, and there's nothing in particular you want to know about basic training because it was all about the same.
Okay.
It wasn't very exciting or anything like that.
All right.
Amarillo was not a very good place because it was windy all the time and the dust flew, and the thing that the soldiers like me sang was that the dust flew and you couldn't see for a day or two. So anyhow,
Okay.
when I finished basic training, all the rest of the people in my flight were sent to exciting places like Denver or Los Angeles or Miami, and I was sent across the road
Okay.
to the mechanic training base, which was right across the road
Okay.
from where I lived in basic training.
Okay. So you didn't get to leave Amarillo?
No, not that.
Okay. All right.
So I went to the mechanic training school.
Okay.
That was, I don't know, there must have been 10 or 12 weeks of training, and each week you went to a different schoolhouse, and you went through several rooms during the week, and you learned one thing in each room
Okay.
that you remembered and took to the next room until you knew everything about what they were talking about. The first
Okay.
week I remember was about the body of the airplane, and I remember the tail end was called empennage, which was a new word for me.
Okay. Now, was this a specific airplane model or just a general schematic of airplanes in general?
Oh, it was a
It
B-17.
was B-17. Okay.
Yeah, B-17G, and that's all we were learning about.
Okay.
I learned after the war that base was closed down shortly after we were finished and changed to a B-29 mechanic school.
Yes, sir.
But it was all B-17 when I was there.
Okay. All right. So did you know really at that time that you would be ultimately assigned to B-17s? Some
Well,
B-17 unit?
that was it. You bet.
Okay. You knew you were going to go to B-17. Okay.
Yes, that was the purpose of going
Okay.
there.
All right. Okay. And again, your position was going to be an engineer?
Well, I didn't know that.
Oh, you
but
didn't know that yet, huh?
Well,
Okay.
they didn't tell me all those
All right.
things.
They're just sending you this mechanic school.
Yes.
Learn this stuff real good.
And I knew I was going to be on the flight crew.
Okay.
I knew that. So.
All right.
anyhow,
Okay.
it worked out pretty good for me. I'm not a guy that fits into the organization too well as a follower.
Okay.
Uh,
You mean you weren't compliant?
I'm trying to tell you that.
Okay.
I got sick with the flu or something just before Christmas, and I spent a
Okay.
week or two in the hospital there in Amarillo. And because of that, I was changed from one training squadron to another training squadron, both of them doing the mechanics that I was.
Okay.
So I essentially got put into the next room from when I was in before I went to the hospital.
Okay.
They never bothered to change me from one squadron to another. So most of the time I was in there, all I had to do was show up at school, and the rest of the guys had to show up in marching formation
Oh,
to
okay.
where they were belonged, and I didn't, because my formation was not where all they were.
Okay.
So I was free as a lark, you know.
Okay.
I tell you that because it made military life an awful lot easier for me.
Yes, sir.
And it made a difference for me, and I guess I kind of learned to like it.
Okay.
When I graduated, it was about the 1st of April. That would be in '44.
44. Okay.
And I was sent to the gunnery school in Las Vegas. And I think that's what they call Nellis Air Force Base now.
Okay. Nellis. Yes.
It wasn't in Las Vegas, but it was kind of next to it. So
Yes, sir.
we got in there and by on a short bus trip. So
Okay.
uh,
It's about northwest out of Las Vegas.
yeah, a
Okay.
little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And the thing that I remembered about that, the most fun, was learning how to shoot a gun that was to a moving target. We had a course where we got in the back of a pickup and went around the track. It wasn't a circle, it was just a track that wandered around and came
Okay.
back in a circle. And when the back pickup got to a certain point there was a guy that shot a clay pigeon up from a kind of a nest off the road there, and you shot at that clay pigeon. So you were learning how to be a moving vehicle and how to shoot at a other moving vehicle and hit it.
Okay.
I mean, you can shoot all you want to, if you don't hit it, it doesn't do much good.
That's right. You're just wasting
And
bullets.
we were learning a lesson on
Okay.
that and having fun.
Did you get good at that?
Mediocre,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I got a few of them, yeah.
Okay.
But when we finished there, I think that the group that I was in stayed pretty much in there for about a month or 3 weeks anyhow. And before we were assigned to someplace else. I was given a short vacation at home. They called it a leave of absence or something like that. And so I got to go home, but I reported back to Lincoln, Nebraska, where I was assigned to a crew. I didn't know the crew until everybody in the crew was, along with everybody else, went on into a train up to Sioux City.
Okay. So you were kind of late joining up with that crew? Is what you're saying?
They were kind of late putting the crew together and sending it up there because,
Okay.
well, there was still other people there and they had to move them out of Sioux City to make room for us.
Okay.
The 388th trained it.
Take it, hold on just one second.